Hey viewers, if you want your stories, experiences of infidelity, breakup, cheating, to be narrated and get featured to others in our Mr. Cool's Planet community, feel free to submit your stories to the mail given in description. Either way, please don't forget to subscribe if you like the channel. Let's go.
Hello, welcome to our channel. We're here to explore the ups and downs of relationships, from the good times to the not so good times. Our goal is to share stories that are relatable, thought-provoking, and entertaining. So, whether you're here to listen or looking to share, we've got you covered. Don't forget to give an advice to the people involved. Let's get started. Story 1. Caught my spouse mid-act today. Spouse and I have been together since 2004. We have been successfully ethically non-monogamous since 2005. Long-time swingers, never a problem. Hundreds of couples over the last almost 20-ish years. Always full swap, same room couple until 2020. We met a couple in 2020 that made us expand to separate room, and that was fine and we were both secure with that. In 2021, we started exploring dating other people individually. But we had two boundaries. 1, we don't bring people to our house, and 2, if we sleep with somebody, we tell the other partner. My wife met a man, a coworker, of all things, in March 2022. She went on a date with him and reported, no sex. Well, in May, she finally disclosed that she had sex with this individual and she lied about it. She broke part 2 of the agreement, and so the deal was, no more. You can't see this individual again. Later in the year, we agreed to go back to full swap, same room swinging, because it just worked better for us. Well, STBXW started love bombing me earlier this week. I thought this was really fucking odd. She was being super lovey-dovey and caring, overly so. It was a giant red flag. Today, I get a notice from my front door camera. This is a simple game cam light camera that detects motion and takes pictures. It is on a windowsill pointed outwards. I look at the video and it's my STBWX moving it and placing it on the ground. The next video is pitch black but picks up a man's voice and her greeting him with, "Heyyyyyy." Woot woot. While this is happening, she is texting me asking if I'm coming home for lunch. I tell her no, I'm not, I'm going to celebrate a coworker getting a nomination to a big position. She actually asks me to come home and fuck her. I tell her, maybe tomorrow, but I already have lunch plans. I hear them go upstairs eventually, the stairs are very loud. My coworker canceled. I went home. Go in the back way and hear moaning and a man's voice coming from the bedroom. Walk in and lo and behold, they're naked, having just finished a round of coitus. He introduces himself, knowing we're open, and I ask, did she tell you that she isn't supposed to be seeing you anymore? He immediately turns to STBXW and gives her the look of death and says, no. And is immediately apologetic and says he's leaving. I tell him to not apologize and it isn't his fault. Then begin interrogating the wife. She informs me this is my fault, and it was a test to see if I was snooping through her stuff. Sue, if I wasn't, I passed, and you just cheated on me. Then it was her alcoholism, which is also my fault. I finally had to yell, shut up, at the top of my lungs because she wouldn't stop making excuses for her poor choices. I leave, tell her I hope the sex was good, and made plans to see a lawyer on Tuesday. She has the nerve, shortly thereafter, to text a couple that we've played with and ask them if they're available in March. Like, lady, read the fucking room, she won't answer my phone calls or text messages ATM. I have got a house available to me for the weekend, but I have 3 kids. And I don't want them staying with her. There's a lot more to this, like her asking me to give up solo sexual encounters, which I did, and making me break it off with partners to work on things. Yet, she was continuing on her own little escapades. Brother, I want to say this to you. Your wife is simply greedy. As a couple you had established rules and her greed to have and want more is what essentially will end up breaking up her marriage, family and soul. So sorry. Make your exit plan and co-parent your children in the best way possible. Story 2. Wife cheated and it gets worse from there. Met my 39M wife 39F when we were both 17, childhood romance. Married at 28, bought a house. First child at 29. Second child at 31. We made it to 37 with no problems, great relationship, great sex life. Over a period of time she became a bit different, not sure how to describe it. The physical side was still there but she seemed to start doing more things that I wasn't invited to. This went on for a year and my family were insistent she had changed a lot and that she might be having an affair, but I was 100% certain it was not a possibility. I even mentioned it to her and she laughed about it with me. After a while the little things built up on me and I caved and hacked into her Google account. Even as I did it I hated myself as I knew she couldn't do that, but I needed to prove it to myself. Suffice to say that what I found blew my world apart. She had been having an affair for 2 years with a colleague. They also had just recently split up because she cheated on him with someone else she had met. I confronted her on the day I found out. I reacted very badly. I got her parents to pick up the kids and I tore up our wedding album and scattered it across our kitchen and waited for her to come home. She broke down, she cried, then ultimately blamed me. I left and didn't return home for 2 weeks. I feel a lot of shame for my behavior as I should have been there for the kids, but I heavily turned to alcohol. When I went back I found out she was still texting the new guy she had met. Believe me when I say the lowest point of my life was begging her to stop and give our marriage a chance. She left for a week and stayed at a friend's close friend to both of us, so I know she was there, and came home and had blocked the guy she was talking to. I told her then I needed full disclosure and she said she had been in such a haze for a long time that she knew there were other drunken flings but couldn't say who, when. Infuriating. She went to the doctor and was diagnosed with depression and medicated for it. She has been more like her old self since then, but I have really struggled with forgiveness, so I have now moved out of the family home into my own place, still paying the mortgage. My end goal is that we reconcile. She's the love of my life and I can't imagine moving forward without her. I just don't know if I'm being a complete fool. Dude. You most likely are deluded. Not only did she cheat on you, she double cheated on you, hell, with both her APs. That's not just low, that's a way of life, and I doubt anything will stop her. She will break your heart in 4. Get thee to a divorce lawyer pronto. Story 3. Cheated after 9.5 years of relationship. We've started relationship in high school when both of us were 18, since we are both from same town we could spend loads of time together her. So, after high school we continued on uni, by also going on uni in same town, but not immediately living together. Everything was totally fine and step by step she started to sleep over in my flat, to leave her stuff at my place, and our relationship was on a new next step. So, by the end of year 6 of relationship, we decided that we wanna live together, and since my flat was too small, we switched to a new one, bigger, better, and started together paying rent for it. That's the time when COVID had hit, and I'd say that was the good thing for our relationship since we spent loads of time isolated together having fun and having upgraded our relationship. Since we were so sure in that, we decided to leave rented apartment and take a huge loan from the bank to buy our own place. So big that we could easily live there with 2 kids easily for the next 15 years. We spoke about that on multiple occasions since the loan is big and will last for 20 years and we were sure that we will be together forever, so no prob. I took the whole loan on my name since my salary is way much bigger and since coming from more supportive family, but she was totally included in all of the stuff regarding it. From preparing that place for us, organizing it with architect, choosing furniture, etc. But I was the one with bigger savings who were paying all of it in the end, luckily, since I now do not own nothing to her financially. So, when we moved to that new apartment, tired AF from all of the construction workers, prepping space, etc. We decided to go to the seaside to 2 weeks to chill out, and still everything was awesome, I had no doubts in anything. Sounds like great love story so far, right? Point of doubt. so 2 months ago, I noticed different behavior by her. Like we are watching TV series, but she keeps scrolling on phone. When I ask her something she do not remember my question. When we go out on drink or lunch or dinner, I am the one who is starting conversations on different topic. She was saying yay, alright, that she is having though period on her job and that is way she is way more thinking about it. So I was like, okay, if you have some kind of mobbing or not feeling okay with that job, PLS switch it, we can live also without your salary for some time, your mental health is the most important for us. And in multiple occasions through the relationship I was the one who was extra supportive and always being there for her after her falls. But, besides that, there was even more. Even since I was not a policeman type of guy checking her privacy, phone, IG account etc. I am also without the IG account, but normally lots of my friends do have it, and they like to share me some car pics, memes, shitposts etc. And when I cannot open that without ACC, usually I'd send the link to her and take her phone just to open it. OFC I asked before any of that approach of using her IG is that fine for her to do so, and she did not have any problems with it until recently. Recently, I've noticed when I try to take her phone, she would grab it out of my hands pretending that she has to answer on some messages from her female coworkers, or to type some note for next day to not forget to do some tasks etc. Which after some occurrences was a total bullshit to me. And after a few iterations of that I tried to check what she was actually doing and noticed that she is deleting some images from gallery before handing over phone to me. Confusion. So, I've started a chat about that and firstly she was neglecting it, but at the end she confessed that she is having some guy for 2 months straight until now and that they have seen each other multiple times and even she traveled to his place 2 hours drive to have sex with him multiple times. She was not cold while saying it OFC, she felt like she betrayed me and she couldn't stop crying. And when I asked her okay, do you know what you are destroying with that and do you know what you want in future, us or him, she cannot say anything. Like her mind is in a mess and she doesn't know why that happened to her and that she cannot find any mistakes in our relationship but also that at the moment she cannot choose either of us, me or that new guy. Current status. I told her to pack her belongings and move out of the flat. She is seeing therapist to try to sort her mind out. I told her that I can give her 10 days to decide what she wants but also that I cannot grant anything even if her decision is that she wants our relationship. Pain. Actually month ago I wanted to propose her but in the end aborted since I was not so sure in her emotions anymore so I postponed it. I really thought that she is the person for me and that with 9 years I do not need to worry about being cheated so I had full trust in her and in our future and now all of that seems to be lost. Also, since in my time dating was like SMS and C Live, not IG and Tinder stuff I am little bit out of the game of it and afraid how to get back in it. My mind is broken why that happened with us and I am doing introspections of what I was doing wrong and what led to her insecurity which led further to cheating on me. As all of you, no sleep without medications. Update. It's not getting any easier. I've made her collect her stuff and leave apartment. Went out multiple times with colleagues and friends, started going to gym, on language classes, seeing therapist, spending more time with friends, all of the stuff. But still, I'm FC ked. Not even trying with any woman to get in contact even though my will for sex came back. In every woman I'm seeing part of her. In every couple I'm seeing us. In every couple with small children I'm seeing what we could have and something what was really like really close. Also, still I'm somehow thinking that all of her BS was some dumb version of her and part of me is willing to give her a chance. We've seen each other recently for a drink and it was sort of okay, but the feeling which was haunting me from then is that I am again opening myself for her next hit which is going to destroy me even more. Man couldn't even believe that it is so though. I do not even know what I want and what is better for me. And now. It's been now almost half year from the D-Day and finally I am feeling well. Enjoying being solo and not pushing anything in terms of finding new partner. The thing which showed me that I made the right decision when I picked dumping her and going solo is the recent situation when I found out that she went back to the guy she cheated, had parallel relationship. She went back even though that she was saying to me that it is no tying serious, that they are not in contact anymore, that she wants only us and similar BS. So, now when she is back to him, my mind is calm and I do not have any more doubts in my decision that I should move on and fully delete her from my life and mind. It's been a while, I know, but finally I am able to enjoy my time being alone and not feeling lonely. Hitting the gym regularly, going out with friends, traveling, doing stuff which recharges my batteries. Smiley face. Also stopped seeing therapist regularly since I am feeling that there is no need for now, but I do have her on speed dial if the situation becomes dark again. Man. All I can say to you is, go live your best life, and it looks like you are off to a great start. Be well. Story 4. 1 month later and feels like it's getting worse. Hi everyone. I broke up with my ex-GF 1 month ago after she told she likes her colleague and has an EF with him for about a month. I tried to fix things, go to couples therapy and prove to her it's only a hard period for us. She said she wants to be with him and alone with herself. After that we broke up. She kept a lot of things from me and said them only if I hit the bullseye with my questions. Anyways, I've been going no contact for about 3 weeks now. Sometimes accidentally check her stories or my friend tells me he saw her in a shop with her AP. She seems happy, relaxed, free and without any guilt. While I'm here crying, barely can hold my emotions, sometimes have flashbacks or images of her and her AP sleeping together which makes me almost pass out. Images come out of nowhere. I also have tremendous guilt that she left me for ME. During last autumn, I had so many problems in my life. I had a master's degree, a cat sick with fatal disease but we saved him, and full-time work with lots of responsibilities. I remember I needed a warm hug, a cry on the shoulder or something similar but never got it from her. So I drifted away from her, didn't want to ask her to give me attention and warmth. That's how for 1 month I started engaging in self-destructing activities, mainly pornography and smoking. It was the only thing that allowed me to run away from the bad emotions and bad situation. It got to a weird point where I neglected her and would rather watch porn. After 1 month I noticed it and talked to her about it. Problem is she is not against porn and even encourages it sometimes if I'm in the mood and she is not. Anyways, I talked to her about it very vaguely, because I was scared to admit I have an addictive personality and that this hard period showed my weak points. I then went into therapy later to overcome these issues and a few weeks later I found out about the EA. Anyways, I feel very guilty that me watching porn was what drove her away. It's the only logical conclusion my brain can make why she is so calm after cheating. I asked her the reasons for doing it and she didn't mention it, only said I didn't show enough attention and there were not many dates and that we just didn't have chemistry, that nothing is wrong with you. What also doesn't help is that I stalked her AP and from his Instagram I can see he follows hundreds of porn accounts, Instagram models and pretty much softcore porn. Where even to me, a person that has watched porn, I am now 50 days free but had many streaks like this, it seems a bit yuck that he openly follows these accounts. And just makes me even more lost. Why cheat on me because I watched porn and go for a guy who clearly watches more of it? I feel so helpless, unlovable and sad. I feel like I ruined something but also logically I know that my addictions came during hard times, relationship and life-wise. It's not an excuse but these things could have been fixed. Hey buddy. I'm not sure what it is about the 30-day mark, but it definitely seems harder at that point. Try to think about how horrible the first week was and remind yourself that you're already a month past that. It's up and down, almost 6 months for me and I still have hard days, but it's nothing like the first week per month. It'll get better for you. Sending positive thoughts your way. That's all for today's stories. We hope you enjoyed listening and gained some new insights into relationships. As you reflect on the story, we encourage you to think about what advice you would offer to the people involved. Maybe you've been through a similar situation and can offer some words of wisdom. Or maybe you have a different perspective that could help them see things in a new light. Either way, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. Until next time, keep exploring the ups and downs of relationships.